two types. One is called as data confidentiality, and another one is called as the privacy. And availability also we have discussed. These are the three objectives of a computer security. And after that we have discussed about so some of the levels of impact. The levels of security impact. So actually these are of three types. One is called as the low level impact. Okay. So the impact of the attack is limited. Okay. So that is called as the low level impact. And if impact is serious, so which is called as a medium impact. And another one is called as the high level impact. So it is completely destroying, means severe. Okay, that is we have discussed yesterday. Okay, and we see today we are going to discuss about all these things. Yesterday we have discussed, and this is a triangular diagram, so which is used to represent the security concept in the form of objectives. Okay. And these are the levels of impact. Yesterday we have discussed, and these are some of the examples we have discussed. For example, if you consider the confidentiality, so students' grades is one of the best examples for the confidentiality. Okay, and the other one is called as the integrity. So patient's information, which is going to be stored in the database of an hospital, is one of the example for the integrity. Availability means so it is authentication service. Okay. So instead of this one, yesterday we have discussed about what we call so some of the challenges, computer security challenges, and yesterday also we have discussed about the same computer security challenges which are we have so translated into our daily life. Okay. So in addition with the computer security challenges, yesterday we have discussed about the challenges of the human life. The challenges of the human life. Okay. So after this, so today we are going to discuss about the OSI security architecture. OSI security architecture, right? So as you know, the OSI, Open System Interconnection, right? So already you have learned this OSI model in computer networking, that is data communications and networking. So generally OSI model, so which is a model, this is not an organization. ISO is a organization, OSI is a model, and this OSI contains 7 layers, and which are starting from the physical layer and the data link layer, the network layer, the transport layer, and another one is called as the session layer, and another one is called as what we call the application layer. These are the 7 layers which are included in OSI model, right? So here the OSI model, which can be derived from one of the international standard, So that international standard, which is called as the ITUT. So this is the full form is defined as the International Telecommunication Union, the telecommunication standardization sector, that is ITUT. So this standard which represents X.800, and in next classes we are going to discuss about X.800 is there, some RFCs are there, we are going to discuss in the next class. And the X.80, this is one of the standard, and this is standard which will be used to represent the security architecture for OSI security architecture. The standard of X.800, so which is one of the standard which will represent the security architecture of OSI. So which defines a systematic way of defining and providing security requirements. So which will define in a systematic way, what are the requirements? To define as well as to provide the security. So whenever we want to provide some security, and we need some requirements. and that requirements are defined as well as provided by the X.800 standard, and this X.800 standard which is going to be used to represent the security architecture of the OSI, right? And the OSI security architecture is useful to managers. Just about some of the differences between security attack and the threat, right? So here, these are the aspects of the security. We'll also call as the aspects of the security. The first one, which is a security attack. So what is an attack? What is an attack? Security attack, any action that compromises the security of information owned by an organization. So if you take any action, so on, that action that compromises the security information, owned by an organization, this is called as a security attack. And generally these attacks is of two types. One is called as the passive attack and the other one is called as an active attack. Passive attack and an active attack. So followed by, after this one, we will discuss about the active as well as the passive attacks. And the next one is called the security mechanism. And the security mechanism, this is a process or a device which is incorporating a process that is designed to detect, prevent or recover from a security attack. For example, so somebody attacked on some database of an organization, and means attack means they are going to get some information, that is some action. By that action they are going to get some information. So nowadays in social media everybody hacking just like the hacking, that is called as an attack, which is an action. By this action, so we are going to get some information, that is called as an action, attack. So the security mechanism, which is a process which is designed to detect, prevent, recover. So the security mechanism, especially which is designed for what we call detect an attack, and prevent an attack. Once it is detected, how to prevent that one? And once after that, how to recover that one? So these things: detecting an attack, preventing an attack, and another one is for recovering from an attack. So the combination of these three is called as a security mechanism. And security mechanism is a process. And next one is called as a security service, a processing or the communication service. So that enhances the security of data processing systems and the information transfers of an organization. So to enhance a security mechanism, we are going to use a service which is called as the security service. So that's why the security service is a process or the communication service that enhances the security of the data processing system, This is called as a security service. Okay. So these are the three things. Right? Okay. So next, what are the security attacks? Generally, we are having the two types of security attacks. So one is called as the passive attack, and the other one is called as active attack. What is passive attack? The passive attack which attempts to learn or make use of information from the system but does not affect the system resources. Passive attack, so which will once a passive attack is occurred on the system, so which will access the information, which will gain the information, and because of that one there is no
destruction or is there is no effect to the system resources. Simply data will be taken. That is called as a passive attack. And the second one, an active attack, attempts to alter system resources or affect their operation. So coming to the active attack, passive and active both are just generally we know. Active means so doing something. It's very active. Sometimes we will say it's very active. And the active attack which attempts to alter system resources, complete system resources, which will modify and affect their operation and which will affect their operation. This is called as the passive and active attacks. And another thing is that here passive attack attempts to learn or make use of information from the system, but it does not affect the system resources. Simply it will take the information, but it will not destroy anything. But identifying passive attacks are very difficult. Because simply it will take the information, simply keep quiet. It will not destroy. But coming to the active attacks, so it's simple. It's very easy to identify because immediately once an active attack is occurred, immediately the system resources will be altered. The operation of the corresponding system is altered. Then immediately we come to know that something was wrong, some attack was happened. That's why passive nature people also very difficult. Identifying is very difficult. The passive nature people also simply they will take the information, they will pass, but they will not show their what we call angriness. But coming to the active, so if anything is happened, immediately they will react. That is the general examples for the passive as well as active attacks. Passive and active attacks. Okay. So passive attacks are they will take the information, they will not modify or they will not alter any system resources. But coming to the active, so which will alter the system resources. So here we will see security threats and attacks. So here a threat is a potential violation of the security. Threat means violation of a security, a potential violation of a security. Here we are going to be used the potential. Potential means severe. Okay, very strong. Very strong. So a threat is a potential violation of security. So flaws in design, implementation and operation, especially which will happen flaws in some design or implementation as well as in some operations which may happen. So this is called as a threatening, a potential violation of the security. Okay. So and an attack is an action that violates security. Threat is potential violation of a security, but attack is an action. But sometimes both will be used as for same meaning. Both are used as a synonym. They will show the same meaning. For example, data and information. We know sometimes data and information. Sometimes we will interchangeably we will use data and information, both the words. Okay. So that is how the data and information is used in general. Like that, this threat and attack both are interchangeably used. But the the meaning is a little bit different. Okay. So this is called as a threat and attack. security attacks. These are called as the security attacks, and these are considered as passive attacks only. Passive attacks. Generally, we are going to discuss about the passive attacks as per our syllabus. Okay. So, what will happen? For example, already we have discussed the security attack, which is an action. This action is violation of security. Violation of security. These are very interesting and very easy to remember. These attacks, security attacks. The first one, which is called as the interception. Interception is one of the attack. And what will happen during this one? I will show you diagrammatically. An unauthorized party has gained access to an asset. In the interception, an unauthorized party, I will show you here instead of this one. So if I show you here, so passive and active attacks already we have discussed. Now I will show you here. For example, so friends and enemies, Alice, Bob and Trudy. For example, how the security attack will happen. So this is a simple example. So Alice and Bob are the friends. Alice and Bob are the friends, and the Trudy is an unauthorized person. That unauthorized person is an enemy. So well known in network security world, and this is a best example in the network security world. Bob alias both are good friends, you know. So your lovers just give an example. Both are good friends, okay, and want to communicate securely. You know, every time. So the friends or the lovers, and always they will maintain confidentiality. Okay. So you know more than me. You know the nature of the lovers. Okay. So they want to communicate secretly, confidentially, okay, securely, especially the securely, okay. So Trudy, an intruder, may intercept, delete, add messages. What he will do? The intruder attack means that one only. So generally, whenever an attack was happened on the network, three things it may happen. One is, so the message will be intercepted, means the message will be modified, and the message may be deleted, and some data will be added. Okay, some data will be added. For example, your camera is on only, on or off?